So the one thing that we're going to talk about today is the importance of your relationship with money. And do you know how many people that I speak to that hear me talk about this thing about relationship with money, working on your relationship with money, and their genuine thought, and maybe it's been you as well, has been, well, I don't have an issue. I don't have money problems. I don't have an issue with my relationship with money. Like, I'm fine, Carlo. I don't have problems around money. It's fine. I don't have any issues. And anyone that just needs that is people that don't have any money, that they're broken, and automatically just because you don't have money means that this concept is something, it's an issue that those people have. But hey, I've got money. Maybe I've got a few $100,000 saved up. I make a couple of $100,000. I've got $1 million saved, $2 million saved. I don't have an issue with money. And I want to tackle this very myth that all of a sudden, if you have a lot of money, you don't have an issue, you don't have problems around money, because it's not true. And often people that have a lot of money or that have money, they have the next level up around their issue with money. And really it's one of those that, unless we really start asking questions, we stay in the dark around this kind of stuff, and we never really think about our money in the way that, well, first of all, we don't like to think about our money. If we think about our money, we think about it within our comfort zone, and often we think like, oh, I don't have any issues around money. I've got no problems around money, until we start shining a spotlight and we start saying, you know what? Tell me about your spending habits, or let's have a look at, do you know how much money do you have? And then within that, what is your attitudes? So when we talk about your relationship with money and our relationship with money, we really talk about what is similar to a relationship between you and someone else, right? Between you and your spouse, you and food, for example. Always make the connection of saying, whatever your relationship to something like food, whatever that's like, it's going to be very similar to money, because food is one of those things that we've been conditioned and trained around, that has a very similar connotation to money. Because both food and money are things that we need in our life. And sometimes people that, they have an attitude towards money that they overeat all the time. It comes from a scarcity place, if you notice it. And it's the same with money, right? Because how is it going to come up with money? Well, basically because if you have the little bit of money, what are you going to want to do? You want to just hold it very tight, make sure that it's always safe. Or you do the opposite and you overspend to feel a need within you, a certain need that you have within your being, whether it's of significance, whether it's of contribution, whether it's of getting love and feeling love. It's you use money to do that. And ultimately, it leads you to live in a life where it's not the life that you want to live, in the sense of maybe the results or the stress in your life is incredibly high. Because I speak to a lot of people on both, a lot of people in the middle, but a lot of people in both sides, because it is 100% true that if you don't have money, there is an issue that you have around money. And often I find it to be in an internal place, but also in a receiving way, which is often tied to a sense of self-worth or self-belief or trust or self-respect, that you don't feel somehow worthy and enough to be able to receive significant amounts of money. But then the opposite is also true of people that have a lot of money, because what happens when we amass a large amount of money is that now, because our relationship with money isn't one that is healthy, productive, and leading to sustained success, is that now that we have it, we're afraid to lose it. It's stress based. You've lived your whole life to build up a little bit of money, and all of a sudden, you're straight. You're so stressed that we can't get it. That we can't keep it, or we're scared to lose it the whole time. So your relationship with money is vitally important. It's vitally important if you want to live a life of a good quality life, but also if you want to build up your business, and if you want to live a life that you say, listen, I'm going to build this up, but ultimately why am I building my money up? Do I want to achieve something? Awesome. But then is that achievement where you're going to find the fulfillment? Because I always say to people that we're not going to find fulfillment by running on the track of achievement, meaning that so many people, because again the relationship they have towards money and what they believe money is and what it's going to make them be, that they live their life thinking that achievement after achievement is going to be the reason to their fulfillment, and they're going to, they're trying to get somewhere and thinking, oh, once I have that, I'm going to be, and we forget that there will never be enough. Now, what needs to happen is that we need to rewire our relationship towards money, what we believe money is, our attitude towards money. What does it mean when we have a lot and when we don't have a lot? Who are we separate from money? These are all deep questions, and these are definitely not questions just for people that don't have a lot of money or that are not successful. They definitely are for them, but are also for people who have amassed incredible success already. Because now that you've got yourself to this level, and now that you've got to that point where you've actually have it, now actually you probably need it way more than people that don't have anything. Because now you've got something to lose. Now you've got a lot to lose, because unless you rebuild your relationship and you actually rewire it and you program it and you actually have a good, healthy, emotional response to money, then think of how much you've got to lose. Everything that you thought was going to bring you success, joy, and fulfillment is not going to. And what you find is more stress, more insecurity, more fear, more doubt, more emptiness, because you've realized that money doesn't fulfill you. So if you think, first of all, my message is this. First of all, if you think that you don't have issues around money, I can guarantee you that 99% of people do, especially those with money and especially those without money. Another thing that I would say is start looking and start asking those questions, and don't fall into the fear of avoiding money. And if you do have a lot and you've amassed a good amount of wealth, it should be of paramount importance for you to do this. Because the consequence of you not doing it is you're going to continuously live in fear of losing your money, continuously living in fear that you're not enough, that you need to do more, that you need to be more, that you can't just be. And that doesn't live to a life of joy and abundance, because you're always still being scarcity. Although you do have an abundance of money, you'll never truly be able to live the abundance that you've built. So your relationship with money is vitally important. We must understand how your money blueprint is. We need to understand that we actually, first of all, we do have a money blueprint. It's similar to a blueprint of a building. Right? If you have a blueprint to a 2-story house, you're not going to build a 15-bedroom mansion. There's no way that can happen. You're not going to build a high-rise if you have the blueprint to a small 2-bedroom studio apartment. It's not going to work. You need the blueprint that is going to take you to success. And often it's the last thing that people work on, because you've been taught and you're mentally programmed and conditioned to say, work really hard, get really good at your craft, become a great real estate agent, become a great IT person, become a great coach, know all the stuff, know all the strategies, know all the craft, and that'll be enough. But the truth is, it's not enough. Because if it was enough, you'd have a lot of wealthy people out there. And the truth is, there isn't. But once you work on your internal program, on your money blueprint, on your internal success blueprint, once you have that, you've got the foundation to create success. The strategy, sales, marketing, your craft, it's easy. That's the easy part. And that's what most people don't understand. That's the easiest part. It's the easiest part in the world. But the difficult bit is your program, your internal program, that and your money blueprint. And because if we undo the program that you've been taught from your childhood to society to everything that you've been around, and we build it, but now we have it positively geared to success, to the success that you want, that you actually are asking for, then it's going to completely transform your life. And there is no way. This is genuine success insurance towards failure. This will ensure you to never fail, to always have money, and to create in just genuine abundance, that the one that you're seeking in your life. And obviously in this video, if you join me for this live and if you're still here, in this video, I'm talking to you about these concepts. I'm talking to you about actually understanding this. But it goes way deeper than this. So if you want some help, some actual hand holding, and you actually want a custom process for you to actually move yourself from here to where you want to be, then reach out. Because obviously in this video, when I'm talking to you, I'm bringing you this stuff, but there is so much more deeper stuff that we need to work one-on-one to really understand you, where you're at to where you want to go, and actually put a system in place. So if this thing has resonated with you, and if it's something that you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I don't have a lot of money, or maybe I do have a lot of money, but I'm finding myself stressed, and what I'm going to do next, and what I'm going to do next, and I need to do more, and you're living in constant stress and anxiety and insecurity and doubt and all those things, and maybe just by having money, it hasn't been what you thought it was going to be, then it's a clear indication that we need to work on your relationship towards money and rebuilding that king and queen self that leads you to the success that you actually intended all along. So guys, if this has resonated, please let me know. Comment below, shoot me a message. If this has inspired something, please let me know. Love to know. If you want to shoot me a simple DM or a comment below.